And we're back with another episode of the Lakers Fast Break podcast. It's Lakers Suns preview. It's Gerald Glassford coming right back at you here. Thanks so much for joining us right here at the Lakers Fast Break. Don't forget to subscribe. Please like and subscribe today so you can get the latest notifications like Coolbro did on when we go live with the latest Lakers Fast Break podcast. Also, as well, I have a great show that you got to check out. It's called the Pop Culture Cosmos, where we cover the latest news and trends in pop culture each and every week, twice a week, wherever you get your podcast, plus on radio stations worldwide. On our latest episode, we cover the Marvels, the end of the SAG after strike, the Beatles back on the charts, and more. So go ahead and check it out today. The Pop Culture Cosmos, wherever you get your podcast, plus also want to make sure everybody knows that I did an Inside Sports Fantasy Football this week with Chris Ardieri for the Domination Sports Nation. We cover NFL Week 10. If you have a fantasy football team out there, there are a lot of buys. Check your team for buys this week. We also give you tips on what to look out for this weekend, plus some thoughts on the NFL as well. That's at Inside Sports Fantasy Football. Plus also, of course, Joe Soro. He is in transit, ironically enough and coincidentally enough, to Phoenix. I don't think he's going to make it for the game, but he is on his way traveling right now, hopefully very safely to Phoenix. Go ahead and check out what he does. He'll not only be commenting here on our channel, but he'll also be commenting as Ox1947 at LakersBall.com. Plus, go ahead and support him each and every week, if you can, by getting a new lawn today in the Southern California area at, of course, Simblades with the Y.com. Our good friends, Laker Tom and Jamie Sweet, still trying to set down a day, looking like tomorrow, most likely, and time for this weekend for Lakerholic Spotlight, as only the Lakerholics can do. But go ahead in advance, check out their great site with the number one Lakers blogger that's out there, Laker Tom, and of course, the recent birthday boy this week, Jamie Sweet. Go ahead and check out what he's doing at 5 Things at Lakerholics.com. Plus also our good friends, Empire Jeff TV, Lakers in 5, Daniel Barry Sports Highlights, and the John McCallion channel. Please support all those channels. And speaking of supporting, one last time for you to go ahead and give the hard pitch. Please go ahead and help us out by subscribing today. Or if you're watching on Facebook, because we've had thousands of Facebook views for videos in the past 2 weeks. In fact, well over 2,500 so far in 2 weeks. So that's pretty good for us. Go ahead and make sure you like and follow us to go ahead as well on Facebook to get the latest notifications on when we go live with the latest Lakers Fast Break podcast. And of course, tonight, I will tell you, 7 p.m. is the start time because it's a TNT special coming up for you tonight as part of Game 2 of the in-season tournament. Woohoo! Yay! The in-season tournament continues with all the teams that are playing each other, plus, of course, the Suns and the Lakers tonight. In-season tournament matchup. Go ahead and look out for that today. It's the Lakers' first in-season tournament matchup. Eli says, go Suns. Well, I know you're watch this channel, but I'm going to have to respectfully disagree. I'm going to say go Lakers, but I understand that you support the Suns, and respect to you on that. But I will say go Lakers for us here, and we'll look forward to a competitive game tonight, hopefully, with what's looking more and more like Anthony Davis and Jackson Hayes coming back into the lineup. The latest on the injury news is that they have been moved up to probable, is the latest news and notes I've got as far as the latest tweets that's out there at Lakers Fast Break. I've been reposting it on Twitter. That's what it looks like. Both Anthony Davis and Jackson Hayes are listed as probable for tonight's game in Phoenix via Mike Trudell and also Dave McMenamin. So hopefully we're going to get some size back into the equation here for the Lakers tonight. I do know as of now, Devin Booker is still listed out. Damian Lee is still listed out. Bradley Beal is probable for tonight, and Jordan Goodwin is also available for them on the Phoenix Suns as well. So looks like it's going to be a good matchup indeed. Zachary, great to have you here. Serge doing the best job that's out there in regards to moderation for all the different Lakers channels. If you see him on our channel Empire Jeff's channel, Lakers in 5, wherever you find him, please give him a big shout out. He deserves it. He does a lot of great things for all of these channels, and we are indebted to all of his great help each and every time out. So bless you, Serge. I do want to mention again the Lakers come in to close out the road trip, hopefully with their first road victory of the season tonight in this in season tournament. It is day 2, but the first game for the in season tournament for the Lakers. I will tell you right now that I'm hopeful that the Lakers now with AD and Jackson Hayes coming back in the rotation that we'll see some better things as far as a little bit better attention to detail on the rebounding, a little bit better attention to detail on the interior defense. I still think that there are some things that the Lakers still have to work out when it comes to the perimeter defense, and obviously the three-point shooting is still not very good at all, but maybe we can get into more transition points. And that's something I want to go ahead and talk to you about today in the few minutes I have with you today before we go ahead and get into the what's going to go on tonight with the game and of course our post game, the best post game in town, the Lakers fast break. I do want to mention that the transition to me is something that the Lakers have not done enough of this season. It has not been like it was last year, and I think the pace needs to increase. The half court sets and the half court offense, which you've talked about the past couple of days. Sean, who unfortunately probably will most likely not be here tonight to a family issue, unfortunately, and my thoughts are with him. So hopefully everything's going to work out okay for him. He hopefully will be back on tomorrow or the weekend, but he had said repeatedly that the offensive sets for the Lakers have been absolutely abysmal. Cool Bro says, Gerald, have you read Dune? It is my favorite book of all time. I read it in 2 days. Actually, I listened to the audiobook, which was me a better experience, and Lord of the Rings. I listened to the as far as the audiobook. But I will tell you, Cool Bro, Dune Part 1 is absolutely fantastic as a movie. Highly recommended. It's on Netflix right now. After you watch the game tonight, this weekend, go ahead and please catch it because it is worth your time and investment to get you prepared for Dune Part 2 coming in February. That movie was moved off the schedule, supposed to actually debut last week. Unfortunately, due to the SAG after strike, it was moved off the schedule till February. So I'm looking forward to that. But I am going to catch it again with my daughters here coming up the next few days. Looking forward to it indeed. But getting back to the Lakers, I will tell you right now that the Lakers have to go ahead and provide a lot more help on the perimeter. They have to go ahead and provide a lot more effort on the rebounding. And my God, when it comes to whoever's driving, most often LeBron to the basket, have one or two people cut to the basket. The Lakers are in the bottom 5 of offensive rebounding on the road. They just absolutely just are not prepared when LeBron goes to the basket. It's usually like we saw in Houston, sometimes 4-on-1 in the key trying to contest his shot, and there's nobody coming in for an offensive rebound or anything of that nature. So there's no cuts, there's no movement in the offense. It's absolutely not good right now. So my suggestion is if you're not going to try and fix that right away, if you're Darvin Ham, try to just instill what you did last year as far as increasing the pace for the team. This team thrives when they're in transition. This team thrives when they're getting to the free throw line more than their opponent as they did last year. This year, it's not been the same thing. So definitely, definitely looking forward to seeing if they can go ahead and get that done tonight. Search and Destroy said, latest Loki episode was wild. Yes, I agree with you, and I'll have more to say about that for the Monday show on the Pop Culture Cosmos. But you're right, Search and Destroy. I did get a chance to check it out early this morning, and let's say it did close out the series on a better note than when it started. I can tell you, as far as this season is concerned, the first season was absolutely great. The second season was kind of hit and miss, but it did end on a much better note indeed. Adam Hurley says the Pistons are leading the Sixers 42-28 in the second quarter. Knowing the Pistons, Adam, let's see how they hold that out. They've had several double-digit leads so far this season that they haven't been able to go ahead and sustain. So that's a kind of a Frankenstein's monster, the way they built that team with a lot of mismatched parts. So it's kind of weird how they have it set up. So sometimes it works, but most times it hasn't so far this season. But Search and Destroy says I need to rewatch it. I may need to rewatch it as well, absolutely, after I watch Dune Part 2 once again. But yeah, Dune Part 1, excuse me, once again. So Cool Bro says he saw the movie. He loves it. One of those where I like the book and movie equally. There you go. Absolutely, indeed. But it is the Lakers fast break. It is Gerald Glassford. I want you to go ahead and let you know that tonight we're still going to leave up the watch party for the Lakers fast break on playback.tv/Lakers fast break with Joe in transit, with Sean on an emergency, and I will be at a memorial service for someone here in locally. I will probably be only there for the second half. I'm going to try and see if I can make as much time as possible for the playback, but I will definitely be here for the post game Lakers fast break right here wherever you get your podcasts. Definitely going to be able to do that. Is AD playing tonight, Gerald? Yes. He's a probable. Probable is the latest status for him as based off of Mike Trudell. I've retweeted it, Adam, at Lakers Fast Break, the updated status for him and Jackson Hayes, which is probable for tonight's game. So I just want to make sure that's mentioned as well. Search and Destroy, truly appreciate the shout out for Pop Culture Cosmos. Truly enjoy doing that show. Truly cannot thank enough all the radio stations around the world that play it on a weekly basis. And I look forward to any time I get a chance to talk pop culture with sometimes Sean, sometimes Joe has appeared on the show before. Also, as well, we've had, of course, my regular host, the Friday host, Melinda Barkhouse Ross. She does a fantastic job with that. And also, as well, Vampires of Vita. And of course, my good friend, Josh Peterson on Monday. He's the usual co-host for me as well on Mondays as we talk the world of pop culture. TJ Johnson, also as well, who's done this show before. He's appeared that on many times and will appear in a not too distant future as well. So definitely looking forward to talking about more pop culture. But right now it is the Lakers fast break. We do need to go ahead and make sure everybody knows that the Lakers will be playing at 7 p.m. It's the second of a televised back-to-back. Of course, it's the in-season tournament. It's the second day for the in-season tournament. For the Lakers, it's actually their first game. It's the end of the road trip for the Lakers. It's been a terrible road trip. The Lakers have yet to garner a road victory so far this season. So we're going to hope that they get that taken care of tonight. But again, a daunting task in Phoenix. Phoenix has started to play a little bit better. They squeaked by Chicago earlier this week in the same day that the Lakers unfortunately got trashed in Houston. So Phoenix right now seems to have a little bit of a better momentum. Hopefully we can stop that tonight with a good victory. Problem Child says, Gerald, you should do a movie watch party where we can hear your commentary on a film as we watch it, like the games on playback. That Problem Child is a great idea, and that's something we may actually invest into. I'll have to talk to the guys to see what we can do about that. That would probably have to be something like a membership or for YouTube or membership for Patreon or something like that. I don't know. We'll have to work that out because if I tried to go ahead and do that here on YouTube, YouTube would hit me, or as far as the public, they would hit me with like 15 different copyrights strikes, and try to go ahead and you know uh, what they do. Yeah, the bots come out and they would just like, "Ah, don't want to get you, don't want to let you have a fun time with everybody there at the Lakers fast break." But I will put that under consideration, strong consideration. In fact, I know the guys would love to do. I know Sean and Joe would love to reminisce on some Soprano episodes. I bet they would love to go ahead and look back and do some commentary on that. So that is a good idea, Problem Child. Much respect to you on that, and definitely want to go ahead and see what we can do on that. Cool Bro says I'm going to follow Pop Culture Cosmos on Twitter after the stream. Thank you very much, Cool Bro. Truly appreciate it. Facebook is where I post a lot of the news and notes as well for Pop Culture Cosmos. So thank you so much for doing so. Truly appreciate it. Once again, it is the Lakers fast break. Again, for tonight, though, the Lakers fast break. The Lakers are coming into tonight in Phoenix 3-5. A lot of issues all over the place. Perimeter defense, 3-point shooting, offensive. I mean, you name it. There's been a lot of issues this season, and this season has, in my opinion, reminded me a lot of last season, which we got off to a very terrible start at 2-10. This has a lot of similarities, but again, some of that is due to health. I know LeBron, in his recent statements after the Houston game, attributed the rough start to that. We'll see. we'll see. Absolutely see if that's the case once the Lakers get fully healthy. Gabe Vincent and Jared Vanderbilt are still a ways out. Gabe Vincent with the left knee effusion, and then of course Jared Vanderbilt with that bursitis. Again, Joe and most everybody out there is just really just absolutely frustrated with that bursitis issue. Deep Purple says, "Are any Suns players out?" Deep Purple, as of now, thank you for asking. As of now, what's been posted, although it hasn't been updated in some time, the injury report as of yesterday, the latest one I could find, has Damian Lee out and Devin Booker out. Damian Lee's out with a knee and Devin Booker's out with a calf. Bradley Beal is probable with his back, and Jordan Goodwin is available. He was, I guess, having a jaw contusion issue, so he got that rectified. So definitely looking forward to seeing what the Lakers can do without Devin Booker in the lineup, but they will have most likely two thirds of their big three that are going to be playing tonight for the Suns. So we'll have our big two as well. So definitely looking forward to going ahead and seeing how we match up tonight in the Valley of the Sun against the Phoenix Suns. Looking forward to a great matchup. Again, playback.tv/Lakers Fast Break. I will leave the watch party up. I'm hoping Laker Nick, I'm hoping some other of our great crew will be able to go ahead and come on live until I'm able to join up after I visit pay my respects at a memorial service. I'm hoping to go ahead and come on for the second half for that game. And then, of course, I will be definitely here live for you for the post game. Hoping I can wrangle in some people because today we're kind of shorthanded ourselves, just like the Lakers are. We're kind of shorthanded ourselves, but definitely going to see what we can do to knock it out for you. WC's is glad the Lakers got their bigs back. I am glad as well. Both have been listed as probable, so it looks like they will probably be in there. Gerald, what's your favorite poster I have behind me? Great question there, Tears of Joy. I don't know. Whew, that's a good question. Probably behind me, I want to say the Mass Effect behind me, the large one that you see behind me, that's directly behind me in the two slide. That actually was meant for a store window, but we didn't have a space at the time. So it was, instead of discarding it, I've decided to keep that. But yes, I'd probably say the Mass Effect directly behind me. That was meant for a window in front of a game store. That's why you see the split there for Mass Effect on it in the middle. It's actually two different pieces that you were supposed to put near each other to make it look like it was one piece. So that's probably my favorite of the three. Although, my gosh, any of the games that you see behind me, you can't go wrong there. Um, cool Bro says, "Why is Elon obsessed with the letter X?" Yeah, that's just going way back. You know what? I just found out that A24 is in the process with Darren Aronofsky directing a Elon Musk biography. You know, maybe we'll find out there, cool bro. Maybe we'll find out there. Through the Wire says the LFB crew was fantastic last night. Truly appreciate that. Through the Wire, we try to do our best. We know there's a lot of stuff going on in our personal lives, plus also the way the Lakers were last night. And Intel and others wanted us to stay on, and we wanted to stay on extended for you. We enjoyed what we do as far as talking about the Lakers, about life, about pop culture, about a lot of different things, about the NBA, about many different things, history as far as basketball history. We love talking about all that with you. And if you want us to go ahead and stay on a little longer, we're happy to go ahead and accommodate on the Lakers Fast Break episodes that we do. So thank you so much. The Pamela Anderson poster is Gerald's favorite. I don't have a Pamela Anderson poster. Never had one, but okay. Never, I don't know. She's a pretty lady, I guess, during the 90s and whatnot. She was actually, one of the most popular, poster pinup girls for that period of time. But yeah, not really. I don't really, yeah, sorry. I'm hurt, but yeah, yeah, there you go. Thanks so much, Blue Magic, for liking and subscribing. Here's to go ahead and talk some Lakers. Good man indeed. It is Laker Nick. Laker Nick. I truly appreciate you being here. Thank you so much for joining us. It is the Lakers and Suns tonight. As I was talking Pamela Anderson, because somebody said I have a Pamela Anderson poster. I don't think I see one behind me, but that would be new. And I'm sure my wife wouldn't like it either if that was up, it being the case. But I want to ask you this, my friend, with AD and Jackson Hayes in the rotation coming back as a probable, it's what they're listed as right now, which means most likely they're going to be in. What is that going to do first off for the Lakers this evening?
Yeah, Gerald, it's great to be here. First of all, I don't know if Pamela Anderson is behind that halo suit in the back and that poster that you have, but um, anyways, uh,
No,
the
'cause that's Master Chief right above, and then right below is
right,
just
right. I
yeah,
don't,
that
I don't know what the audience is referring to. I don't see anyone that resembles Pamela Anderson.
yeah, I think Adam's just trolling a little bit, just having some good fun. That's okay. And then my girls are on the soccer photos on the right. So yeah, those are the only girls I'm allowed to hang up on the wall. I just will tell you that right now. But Laker Nick, when it
Yeah.
comes to what's going on with the Lakers, again, we get AD back in the lineup tonight. We get Jackson Hayes back in the rotation. I think that's going to provide a big boost for a team that we did beat and but played very competitively. Got a very spirited performance from Christian Wood in that game. Do you see something similar tonight to actually finally not only get our first victory on the road trip, but also our first road victory overall this season?
Yeah, Gerald. I would have to echo what Joe was conveying last night, which, by the way, I concur. It was an excellent stream. Thanks for hosting, and it was entertaining all around. I listened to the entire thing this morning. Um, unfortunately, I think, and I hope I'm completely wrong, but I think we're gonna get cooked tonight by the Suns. Facing a Phoenix Suns team that is 4-4, that has also in some ways underperformed, but has also not had a complete roster. That's oftentimes the worst type of team to play when you're in the predicament that the Lakers are in now. I wasn't expecting that, at this point in the season, granted it's still early, that we wouldn't have at least one road win by now. And I'm hopeful that they're able to squeeze one out at down in Arizona. But unfortunately, I feel like it's going to be a situation where the Lakers might come out with a loss. And like I said, Gerald, I'm hoping that I'm completely wrong on that front.
With all due respect, my friend, I hope you are as well. But I think when the Lakers, it's time to show some heart. It's time to show some grit. And I know LeBron with AD back in the lineup, you could see AD's gotten a couple days off. Maybe that will do him some good. He'll play a little bit refreshed. Again, there's going to be no inside game for the Suns. I mean, Nurkic has not been good defensively for them at all this season, which is part of the reason why they're 4-4 record. This is a time where you have specifically spoken about this. You have specifically spoken about this on playback.tv/Lakers Fast Break, about how AD has to take mismatches like this very seriously and take full advantage of it. And if he stays out of foul trouble, I think he can do that. I think he can do that.
He should, Gerald. I mean, this is a game for him to, really pop off and explode. Hopefully, he's able to, have a 30-point plus game. It'd be completely unacceptable if he does indeed play. I think that the latest updates that he's probable, but hopefully, that materializes into an actual uh, start game performance. But I feel like AD, he just what we've been saying for a couple seasons now, or maybe a few, that he should be aggressive. He should exert himself. I don't think he necessarily wants to be the Batman in the situation, but we certainly need him to be, especially with LeBron coming up on almost 40 years of age and 21 plus years in the league. AD really needs to eat tonight.
So let me ask you this, Nick. When it comes to Anthony Davis, yeah, I agree with you wholeheartedly on that. And Joe did make a good perception on that in regards to AD. Yet he still averages close to 27 points, close to what, 13 rebounds, close to 2 block shots a game. I mean, this is a guy, that's what he's doing, and we're still criticizing him for not being aggressive enough. My God, man, what if he does decide to go ahead and really try to take over things? What could that do for the team?
No, you're right, Gerald. I think that the main issue with AD, and again, I'm not, you know,
But
uh,
it's a fair assessment. I am not going to tell you
r-
differently on that. It is fair.
right, and players have different personalities, and AD might be a bit more withdrawn and passive than some other superstars that we know. But I think that the frustrating part for a lot of us Laker fans is just availability with AD. We don't, or at least I, don't find it surprising that he's already missed one game in the season, and the season is still very young. That said, it is a tenth of the season is gone. We've been expecting more from this roster so far, but overall, what I do find concerning, aside from Ham, aka Pockets, um, lack of adjustments during the game or his coaching style and whatnot. What I do find concerning is how so many Laker players are out of commission. I don't know if this is a training staff problem, a softness problem. I don't know, Gerald. Do you have any thoughts on that?
I don't think it's just when it comes to what we're seeing with the Lakers. I just think it's actually, I think it's a league wide problem. And I think it is, I don't know if it's a conditioning problem or training problem, but I think I've seen it with across the board, a lot of teams having the same issue, Nick. And to me, it's too early in the season to have all these major injuries. We've got how many players we've seen out there already having knee issues, tendonitis issues, ankle issues, a lot of ankle issues I've seen, and I don't want to say it's the shoes with a lot of players playing with low tops now. I know when I played with low tops, I was more susceptible to ankle sprains than when I played with high tops. I'm just going to say that out loud. So you take for that what you want. But I do think that there's some issues with the way that these teams are going about it, their training and the way that they're going about, just going through their day-to-day work. And this thing is, Laker Nick, these teams are not going through full motion practices for the most part. Once they get into the season, they rarely do full training, full practices, where they go full run throughs. They just go through walkthroughs, they go through video sessions, and that's usually it. They usually save their energy for the game. So, I don't want to go old Joe old school on you, but it seems like, where these players were suiting up in the past, gutting it out through all these minor little injuries, whether it's the fact that these players are being paid so much more and they're worried about what's their bottom line, or what other issues come into play, or maybe these teams are just being overly careful with some of these players. It just seems to be like it's still, even though the league is trying to clamp down on this availability issue, it still looks like they don't have it all sorted out.
That's exactly right, Gerald. Yeah, I mean, we'll see what the season brings, as it continues to unfold. Hopefully health prevails as, these injuries are hopefully past us, and folks like Bando, Vincent, Hachimura is back. But, hopefully these players that have been out or, just suffering these injuries are able to heal and get back on the court healthy.
Absolutely. And I'm hoping that's the case. Again, right now, we look like we will have Anthony Davis and Jackson Hayes back in the lineup, Laker Knicks. So I'm looking forward to that. But the one thing that has gone by the wayside, Laker Nick, is LeBron's minutes restriction. He actually, for the second time this season, he actually got to play under 30 minutes, but that's only because we got our butts kicked in Houston. Your thoughts, my friend, on what we can do to help out LeBron, give him more support. The offense, the half court offense is absolutely atrocious, as we noted on playback. Just the sets they're running are just absolutely abysmal. What can the Lakers do to tweak things around to make it easier for LeBron and AD to go ahead and get, or at least facilitate a better offense? It doesn't have to be them scoring the ball, it just needs to be scored by a Laker.
Yeah, Gerald. Well, aside from pockets, the primary culprit of LeBron having such high usage and minutes so far this season, as you mentioned, with the exception of two games, and one of which was a complete disaster and blowout, The primary culprits are going to be the guards, are going to be D'Angelo Russell and Austin Reeves. With them, with those guards playing inconsistently, uh, not shooting the ball well, being deficient defensively. LeBron is often tasked with running the show, playing point guard, which, by the way, he does excellently. But at his age and at this point in the season, we definitely don't want LeBron to be ran to the ground. And so I definitely place a lot of responsibility on our guards for how many minutes and how much usage LeBron James has experienced so far this season. They're killing LeBron, Gerald.
Yeah, they are. And Adam brings up a good point. Would you start Torian or Rui? I know Rui has done a great job coming off the bench in as far as when he came off the bench in Houston, but overall it was a minus. No matter how well he did, the rest of the team around him during that period of time was a net minus overall, giving him just a terrible performance as far as from the plus minus standpoint, even though he scored over 20 points last game. I would put to get some kind of life, maybe a little bit of effort, maybe a little bit better rebounding. I would put Rui in the lineup tonight alongside LeBron and AD.
Yeah, Gerald. I actually, you remind me that I saw a comment in one of the Lakers Fast Breaks videos where someone was commenting that they would suggest starting Prince and Rui, but Prince would start in the place of either D'Lo or Austin Reeves. I'm not sure what your thoughts would be on that.
Well, at this point, you're not going to get any worse defense. Even though Prince is not giving you great defense, at least he's a more willing defender than D'Angelo or Austin at this point in time. Austin has been repeatedly picked on, as you've seen in sets by the other team on an every game basis. D'Angelo has been in and out. One day he's getting you 28 points. The next day he's getting you shooting 1 for 10. And the thing is, on the defensive end, it's been a rough go throughout. Right now, I wouldn't say that'd be a bad idea to shake things up. If the Lakers lose tonight and they head home, I think that's something that Pockets, aka Coach Darvin Ham, has to strongly consider, Laker Nick, because at this point in time, the Lakers need to go ahead and get some kind of consistent shooting, and they haven't found that yet from anyone on the Lakers roster.
Yeah, Gerald. Assuming if we do indeed lose tonight, I think a serious conversation. I'm not saying a termination or any of that sort would take place. I don't even put that in the realm of possibility at this point. But I think a serious conversation, should take place if we end up just turning up empty after this road trip.
I hope that would take place if we do end up winless on the road trip. But you got to remember, Laker Nick, we started the season out 2-10, and you saw where the team went to from there. That gives you that kind of false hope or that false narrative if you're the management for the Lakers to say, you know what, we're not going to make a quick move as of yet because we went down this road before last season.
Yeah, I mean, I think what this season so
I didn't
far,
say it's the right way, Nick, but I'm just
right?
saying you it is a way.
Right. I think here with the and I believe some of the panelists in last night's show were mentioning this, Gerald, is that here we seemingly have a better roster than last year. We don't have Westbrook. We don't have a player that's taking so many resources, and we're still underperforming. And a core group of players here were together last season. We do have some fresh faces. That's undeniable. But the fact that we have a core group of players that came back, some positive additions that we thought would be strong contributors, and we're still underperforming, that's what's alarming to me.
I want to say though that before we head on out, my friend, I know Adam and Alan out there, they've always been big proponents of bringing in the kids. And as we get our emails from LakersFastBreak at yahoo.com, Rodell cannot stand having Reddish playing any type of minutes right now. Instead, he wants the young guys, aka, well, actually younger guys, Reddish is only 24 himself. He wants Maxwell Lewis and Max Christie. That's so weird that we're saying Reddish is not a young guy, but that's beside the point. Your thoughts, though, my friend, on this? I mean, Castleton. Everybody's been clamoring for Castleton, Adam, and Allen. Didn't quite work out. It actually looked very ugly, and I felt bad for the kid. It got to a point where Sengun abused him so much. It was just I felt sorry that this kid was put in that place because four straight possessions, two layups, and two fouls. That's not a good combination. I think if Maxwell Lewis goes up against KD or Beal, he's going to get roasted in similar fashion. I think at this point in time, you can go ahead and see if you can buy some time with Reddish or Christie. But the fact that they are both not giving you any offense is a big minus right now for the team.
Yeah, Gerald, my response to that, and for those clamoring that the young players should get more run. And by the way, we do appreciate their comments and feedback, Gerald.
Yes.
But my response to them is simply that we're not in preseason anymore. This is not summer league. This is a regular season where games count. Wins and losses, are meaningful. And how many times, Gerald, have we seen that a win here, a loss there, becomes so significant at the end of the season when seeding becomes so important? And so here
Agreed.
we're tasked with the responsibility of getting wins, and we can't sit around and give developmental minutes to players that aren't going to give us the biggest or greatest chance at the W.
Yeah, because it's only 8 games in, Laker Nick. We can't give up on the season just yet. I mean, we didn't give it up on last year, and we were 2-10, right? We it's just too soon to go ahead and throw in the towel on the season, no matter how bad it looks right now.
Yeah, Gerald, we'll never quit. We'll ride the train till the wheels fall off. I just think that as we've expressed, we're disappointed with how the team has performed thus far. Hopefully, the team is able to turn around starting tonight. And, I look forward to hopefully being, as I mentioned, completely wrong and getting the W down in Arizona. And yeah, Gerald, let's hope for the W. And, you know, um, I'm hoping that the ship gets righted tonight.
As am I, my friend. As am I. Once again, it's Laker Nick, great part of our coverage here at the Lakers Fast Break. Go ahead and check out what he's doing on playback.tv/Lakers Fast Break. Hopefully, he will. Laker Nick, it looks like you may have to lead the charge, at least in the first half. I did say I was going to memorial service, so I will be late in my arrival for playback. Hopefully, you will get some friends to join along with you on that. I've tried to put the word out to see if people will join for playback.tv/Lakers Fast Break, but I will probably try to be there as early as the second half, but I will definitely be here for the post game. No doubt about that here at the Lakers Fast Break.
Yeah, Gerald, I'll aim to be there. And, apologies for your loss. And I hope everything's well.
Everything is well. I just again, I want to pay my respects if it's for someone that my wife knew. So I just wanted to make sure that we pay our respects. And I know Magic Man, our thoughts are with you. I know he had something come up today, and I want to make sure that everybody sends their thoughts out to Magic Man, who will not be part of our coverage tonight, and to Joe, who may be in the comments but traveling to Phoenix. Ironically, he's not going to the game, Nick. What's up with that? Or is he?
He might be fighting pockets in the locker room, so we'll have to keep an eye out for that, Gerald.
We'll have to see indeed, but he'll let us know in the comments. It is Laker Nick. Please go ahead and help him out by giving him some support tonight on playback.tv/Lakers Fast Break. I will try to chime in as best I can until I can get back on there live. And then, of course, at 9:30 or thereabouts after the game ends, I will be back here live. Maybe Laker Nick hopefully will join me, or one of the great cast of characters hopefully will join me this evening as we go ahead and talk about the post game for the Lakers. Lakers Fast Break, of course, tonight on the post game, wherever you get your podcasts. And, of course, the Lakers and Suns on playback at 7 p.m. Pacific, 10 p.m. Eastern tonight. Laker Nick, I tell you what, always great to have you here, my friend. Appreciate you stepping up for us when we need it the most here at the Lakers Fast Break. Just like the Lakers, you never know when you're going to go ahead and be shorthanded, my friend.
That's right, Gerald. Yeah, salute to Magic Man and Joe, and to Gerald for commanding the LFB ship. And it was great to be on and talk a little bit, Gerald. And we'll be in touch, I'm sure, later tonight. And have a great rest of the evening.
To you as well, my friend. Lakers need to go ahead and make the statement in the first quarter. They need to be competitive. They need to go ahead and grab a lead, and they need to go ahead and try and not work from uphill like they've had to do every game this season. Darren says, hello. I want to do a poll. How many of you think that I'm in the angry old hoops fan from YouTube? I don't know about that, Darren. We have a lot of angry old men on this show, including myself at times, and Joe as well, Laker Nick.
Yeah, that's right, Gerald. But no, we're just happy that folks tune in and they're part of the conversation and community. And the LFB is providing a lot of support, therapy, and fun and laughs throughout the season. So we look forward to it.
Absolutely, indeed. Once again, it's Laker Nick, great part of our coverage. Playback.tv/Lakers Fast Break. And of course, as well, I will be hosting the post game tonight right here wherever you get your podcasts. So for Laker Nick, it's Gerald Glassford. Thanks so much for watching, listening. Truly appreciate you joining us. Darren, Eric, Cool Bro, Adam, of course, Search and Destroy, great moderator that he is, WC, everybody that's out there, Blue Magic, of course, as well, Through the Wire, Tears of Joy, Bloodhound, Deep Purple, everybody out there that's always a great part of what our community is, the best Lakers community that's out there at the Lakers Fast Break. Adam says, come on, Lakers. Of course, absolutely, indeed. I hope they get the win tonight. I predicted that they were going to win by 8 to 10 points in Houston. I don't want to go ahead and curse or jinx the Lakers, so I will just hope, which I know that Joe absolutely hates it when I use that word, hope that the Lakers will win tonight. I don't want to jinx anything. They've got a fair chance tonight. It is the first game of the in-season tournament for the Lakers, the second day overall for the NBA. Hopefully, the Lakers can get off this schneid that they've had in the road trip so far. Hopefully, they can get their first road victory of the season tonight in Phoenix. Well, we'll be back later on tonight on playback.tv/Lakers Fast Break. And of course, to start your weekend right with the best post game in town right here at the Lakers Fast Break Podcast.